It's Wednesday, so it's time for another podcasting tip. Today is podcast editing day. Let's do this. So I want to talk about sections, moving sections of your podcast around when you're editing. Now, I'm going to use interview episodes as an example for this, but you can do this with any type of episode, whether it be a single person, a panel, a narrative, anything. I mean, obviously a narrative, because those are heavily edited creatures. But I want you to think of, for example, with interview episodes, each question being the beginning of a section and the next question being just before the next question as the end of that section. So you've got a question and answer, maybe even some follow-up questions and whatnot, and that can be included in that section. Now, if you were to actually map that out question by question, and you looked at that and you asked yourself, what is the most powerful, valuable part of this entire conversation? What if you pulled the biggest pow to the beginning, the biggest punch, the biggest value, the thing that the listener would go, I'm definitely listening to this episode. They will put their phone somewhere where they can't press the stop button. They're no longer looking to see what other episodes they could listen to instead. Like the kind of information, the kind of story, the kind of emotional connectivity that they're relaying, like that kind of thing. What section is that? Can you pull that forward to just after your intro to start the episode? The answer is yes. The answer is always, always yes. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to make you think too long about this. The answer is always yes. We think we have to do long introductions. We think we have to, do the banter between the guest and the host, and we don't. We don't. We can do that while we're recording and delete it or move it to later, if even needed. I've taken out intros, like personal intros, in most of the interviews I do now because the information comes out organically and people want what they want from the episode. And if they get that, then they'll be curious about the person. And then when little tidbits of the person happens, then they will pay attention to it more versus just overloading people with tons of accolades and information and all of that at the beginning. It's not valuable. It's interesting sometimes, sure. And depending on the type of podcast, don't come at me because it could be important in some industries, maybe. But even then, I think putting value first and then letting the conversation happen organically would be great. This is one way you can move sections around, but you can also do this to go up and down in the emotionality of the episode. If you want more on this, I can talk about this forever. Let me know. Sane and Simple Podcasting. Don't